आज हमारी वीडियो का टॉपिक होने वाला है पोएम द चाइल्डहुड। अगर आपने पहले तीनों वीडियोस नहीं देखे हैं जिसमें आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन क्लास 11th द अर्लियर पोएम्स such as the voice of the rain or the laburnum talk, then it's your time, go check out those videos and just dive into them for your exam ready one shots preparations with complete NCERT solutions as well. So without wasting any further ado, let's start today's video. सबसे पहले वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दिस पोएम. इट्स राइटर इज मार्कस नेटन who tries to explain where his childhood has gone. So let me just give you a simple intro about the poem. In this poem, the poet Marcus Nathan thinks deeply over the question of his lost childhood. Childhood is a stage of innocence in which the child believes others and loves unconditionally. The poet has tried to identify some stages of his life, of his thoughts and perception about the world changed. And this is a delightful poem where he wonders when his childhood just simply came to an end. So let us start with the poem. When did my childhood go? So now he is trying to identify when does his childhood vanished, and this is an example of interrogation. Was it the day I ceased to 11? So he's just questioning himself, he's just racing his mind to understand the day when his childhood vanished. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Ceased to be 11, he's just trying to make sense that was it the day when I turned 11 my childhood has vanished? Or was it the time I realized that hell and heaven, two opposite words used not one after another but क्वाइट इन क्लोज रिलेशन, इज कॉल्ड एंटीथीसिस. इसका यूज फोटोग्राफ में भी था एज डेड एंड लिफ्ट. आई होप सो यू रिमेंबर दैट. इफ डोंट देन डू चेक आउट दैट वीडियो. Once again there is one more poetic device, was and was. These two was have been repeated one after another. So this is an example of anaphora. Could not be found in geography. So he is just realizing, was it the day when I ceased to 11, or was it the day when I realized that hell and heaven are not actual places? These are just imaginary places because they could not be found in geography. Was that the day when did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? So was it the day when I realized that adults were not as they seemed to be? They always talked of love and preached of love, but they were very double-faced. They were hypocrites. They were teaching of love, they were preaching of love, but the fact was they not themselves didn't act lovingly. They went on wars, they killed millions of people just because of their ego. So how is that they are loving? They are not loving, they are just hypocrites, they are double-faced. So was it the day when I understood them? Was it that day when I understood that people were not as they seem to be? They are completely hypocrites, they are completely different, they didn't stick to their words. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? So now he is questioning himself. Did my childhood went away from me when I realized that my mind was really mine? This is alliteration. My mind was really mine. It means that he realized that his thoughts were of his own. He could develop his thoughts, he could develop his opinions, perspectives over each and everything. He is a free human being who has its own individual mind, whole individual sense of learning and belonging. To use whichever way I choose. Producing thoughts were not those of other people but my own and mine alone. Was that the day? Was that the day line have been repeating one after another in each paragraph. That is also anaphora and repetition. Also there is an exclamation mark which have been used repeatedly. This is exclamation, which is once again a poetic device. In the start, in every start there is a question mark. This is an example of interrogation, and that is also a poetic device. It went to some forgotten place. So at the end he realizes that his childhood has literally went to some forgotten place, some place he don't know, some place he just cannot name. And he realizes that all he know by this time is that it's hidden in an infant's place. Now he can find his childhood, or anyone's childhood is now hidden in an infant's place. That is all what he knows. So this poem revolves around the stage of life when you turn from childhood to adulthood, and you realize those changes, you're trying to live with those changes, and you're realizing that when was the day when my childhood just completely vanished, and I turned into an adult. Place, forgotten place means this place is unaware, this is unknown of the poet. Geography was an example of allusion because it just reminds you of a particular historical reference has been used. Exclamation done, and this is paradox. Ki they were talking of love, they were preaching of love, but they did not act so lovingly, they were so hypocrites. So this is paradox. Ki initially you feel these lines are written wrong, but when you just when you just explore deep into these lines, you understood these lines are not wrong. These are just explaining about the hypocrite nature of human beings. How hypocrite are they? They just completely do opposite of what they write or what they say. The day you grow up, you lose that childlike innocence, and that is where your childhood lies, and that is in an infant's face. Childhood may you are innocent, whereas in adulthood you are hypocrite. These are few differences between childhood and adulthood. Childhood, adulthood. Childhood talks about innocence, whereas adulthood talks about hypocrisy. Next is can be seen. Where can childhood be found? It can be seen on an infant's face. Whereas adulthood is talking about individuality. Next is childhood is basically loving, whereas adulthood is all about rationality. When you don't love just everyone, you love them if they are rational, you analyze each and everything with your own mind. Childhood is all about dependency, whereas adulthood is all about independency. When you try to be independent in terms of thoughts, in terms of financial growth, your career, everything. Just basic difference, because this can be turned into an important competency based question, so I'll just use to this. Comparison. So this is the table I have made, and this was a very simple and easy poem. Iske baad we are going to do the synopsis. Synopsis में as you know, अगर आपने पुरानी वीडियोस देखी हैं, I already have a synopsis written with me. I'll be just reading it in front of you and will be explaining you line by line. So let's begin. Okay, I have no space, so I will need to shift this here. Okay, now I have space to add an S. Oh, I love doing this. Synopsis. Okay, so the poet Marcus Nathan describes his impressions of childhood through poetry, through wonder, bafflement, confusion, doubts, and subsequently a clear understanding emerges at the end. Childhood is a state of innocence, honesty, blissful ignorance to the harsh and rude reality of the world. This is the happiest phase of one's life. The poet thinks of a few stages in his lifetime when his thoughts and perceptions of the world around him changed. In the first stanza, he wonders when he lost his childhood. He asked himself if it was when he entered the 12th year of his life. Perhaps it was when he became sensible, though, to realize that the concept of hell and heaven did not exist in reality. Even the geography textbooks did not give the location of any such place, and so they must have been a part of his imagination only. This is the beginning of rational thoughts and critical thinking and developing an analytical point of view. Slowly, as the poet grows in age, he reflects that maybe the loss of his childhood occurred when he was able to see through the hypocrisy of the adults. The grown ups followed double standards, actually following and preaching the different standards of behavior. Their behavior was far from love they sermonized about and advocated so reverently to a child. The understanding of behavior of the adults is a part of his growing up. And then there came a time when the poet learned the art of thinking independently. He learned that his mind is his own and he should apply it to think in his own original way. He gained a sense of individuality which set him free from the preconceived opinions of others. Intellectual independence is the sign of a grown up person. Therefore, it was that day he learned to be an individual, that he lost his childhood. In the last stanza, the poet changes his question has been changed because throughout the poem he has been asking, when did my childhood go? But in the end stanza, he asks, where did my childhood go? So now he wonders where his childhood has gone. He reflects that maybe his childhood has gone to some forgotten place. However, when he looks at an infant's face, he becomes sure that the place is hidden in that innocence. Thus, the poet concludes that the loss of innocence is the loss of childhood. So, he concludes that if you lose innocence, you have lost your childhood. Loss of innocence is basically the answer of this whole poem. Oh shit, what is this? Clear? After this, let me just go through the poetic devices once again. So, first of all, it was interrogation, antithesis, and alliteration as well, because hell and heaven, they have alliteration as well as antithesis. Next is was, anaphora, geography, allusion. Was that the day with the exclamation mark is exclamation. Was that the day have been repeating line after line. That is an example of refrain when a whole line is repeated. Where did my childhood go? Interrogation. My mind, alliteration. They talked of love and preached of love but did not act so lovingly. That is paradox. Now we are moving on to the NCRT solution as we always. Stanza 1 is all about rationalism, the realization that hell and heaven are not literal. They are not literal geographical places and they have must be in some imaginary places. Therefore, he tries to understand that was that the day when my childhood go, when I tried to act rationally. Stanza 2 was all about hypocrisy, that he was realizing that adults preached of love but they did not practice it. So, what they seem to be, they are not actually. Stanza 3 is all about individuality, the realization that the mind is independent, capable of unique thoughts, and a person has his own understanding, opinions, and perspectives. Stanza 4, where it went. The childhood has moved to a forgotten, specifically an infant's innocent face. Process of growing up, it involves gaining individuality, logical thinking, and recognizing the hypocrisy in adult behavior. The poet views childhood as a period of pure innocence and is saddened by its loss, yet accepts it as a natural part of maturation. Most poetic lines, this we have already read. Now let's go to the NCRT solutions. I'm just using a random website, but we will add our own essence to each and every solution as we do always. What, according to the poem, is involved in the process of growing up? In the poem, the poet describes the process of growing up from childhood to adolescence. He believes that losing his childhood brings certain qualities that define the adolescence. These include understanding logic and the ability to differentiate things, recognizing the hypocrisy of adults, and realizing the power of individuality and self confidence. The poet sees these changes as important steps in journey towards maturity and losing childhood. According to the poet, childhood is the first stage of life which is followed by adolescence. In childhood, people easily believe whatever they are told, especially by adults. The poet looks forward The poet looks forward to growing up because adolescence brings up the ability to think logically, understand differences, to use your mind rationally, recognize hypocrisy, and develop individuality and self confidence. He does not regret losing his childhood as he sees it as a natural part of growing up. What do you think are the most poetic lines and why? The last stanza of the poem is the most poetic. These lines beautifully describe the process of growing up and leaving childhood behind. The poet suggests that a child's innocent face holds many unspoken emotions. He finds comfort in knowing that childhood's innocence and purity are not completely lost but remain hidden within a child's mind. With this poem is done, and in the next video we'll be once again doing a different poem, a different chapter, but as you all know, with complete NCRT explanation. So without wasting any further ado, let's end this video and meet in the next one, in which I'll be doing the next poem, that is Father to the Son, which is the last poem of Hornbill. And with this, our one shots for the poem will be complete, and I'll be back with something different, with something helpful. So till then, keep learning, keep enjoying, and keep sharing your love.